Hey guys, welcome to Hot Mic. I'm your host Dennis Nicholson, and I'm here today to talk about basically the rumors of supre- uh expressed interest in RG3. Now, if you guys haven't been keeping up to date, as you'll see from this news article, RG3 has expressed interest in coming back into the NFL. Now, the Cowboys aren't the only team that has expressed interest in him. There are numerous other teams that have expressed interest, and the only reason why they really have expressed interest is that he ran a 4.4 flat in his now this was a charity event that he did. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was still crazy enough for some teams to consider. Now, I'm just gonna talk about if we should sign him or should we not. Now, the Cowboys have had plenty of histories of signing veteran quarterbacks to the roster to be kind of like backups to I think a prime example is like John Kitna. Another one is John King, that's one of the big ones. Brandon Whedon is another one that comes to mind. Andy Dalton was another one that comes to mind. So we've had an extended history of signing backup quarterbacks that were originally starters, but their careers didn't really took off when they went into the NFL. And RG3 is no exception to that. RG3 is sadly one of the most tragic stories as he suffered a ACL and MCL injury in his I think after his rookie season, and he just was never the same. He was very inconsistent when he played for the Washington Commanders, and it just was very tragic. And then he got released, then became a starter for the Browns. That didn't work out due to injury. And then from the Browns, he went to the Ravens, and he was a backup for the Ravens for 2 to 3 years. And then he kind of took a step back from football to do college football now. Reporting. But now he's expressed interest in coming back, and the Cowboys have been one of the big teams since he is a local Texas native. Has been one of the big teams on making maybe a push for RG3. Yet again, I've had some mixed feelings on previous history of us taking former starters and having them as backups. I don't know. It's kind of weird. We've had a bad curse where when we get a veteran starter on another team and he becomes a backup, the starter that like they're intended to be a backup, our starter gets injured and then that backup comes in and plays horribly. I've seen it happen too many times. John Kintna is one of them. Now, John Kintna did have some good games, but for ultimately he was subpar at best. Kyle Orton was another one when he had to fill in when obviously Romo suffered his ruptured disc. Brandon Whedon had to come in, and we lost those games. And then obviously with Dak Prescott when he dislocated his ankle, and we had to go through with Andy Dalton and Ben Nudici at one point, and I think yeah, it was Garrett Gilbert as well. And so I've just seen some bad history of us signing veteran quarterbacks, but not saying we shouldn't consider. I think honestly, RG3 is not coming here to obviously ask for a starting role. He's actually coming here to be more of a mentor. And I think, what the heck? What's the worst that happens? Like, we just signed him to a year and he doesn't even play a down of football. I mean, I don't care about that. If he's here to bring some mentor, to Dak Prescott and to bring some experience, another guy that a lot of people don't talk about, even though yeah, sucked as a football player, but there was no undervalue of him as a mentor, and that's Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez was, I think, a key role for some reason into Dak's success, as Dak stated. So I've seen us bring veteran quarterbacks and kind of give experience, to these young guys, and I think bringing a guy like RG3 that isn't obviously like Dak, but has similar traits, where when, Archie was in college, Archie was a very versatile quarterback. He was able to move in the pocket, had very good run ability, but also had a pretty good arm. Dak isn't the fastest, but Dak has some pretty good mobility in the pocket and has a pretty good arm. At times, there are some inconsistencies, but for the most part, he has a very good arm. So bringing a guy that could bring some experience of how to handle certain situations, how to handle pressure, and kind of understanding the fundamentals of football. I mean, I get it. I mean, Dak doesn't need a whole rundown. I mean, Dak is about to be in his, I think, yeah, it's actually about to be his seventh season because we drafted him in 2016 and it's about 2022. It's 7 years. Never expect time to go by that fast, but no, actually it'll be about 6, 7. I'm close. I'm around that range. But yeah, I would love RG3. I would love RG3 to come and play for Dallas. Uh, I wouldn't mind it. Yet I don't know if we're going to do it. I highly doubt that Jerry's going to make a play, but you never know. I've seen Jerry, you know, make some, signings because, it's what the fan base, and I have seen him not do signings because us, the fan base, wants it. I still want Adrian Peterson on the Cowboys. I feel like he has just that little bit left in the tank. Hell, just put him at fullback. That's all you got to do, Jerry. Just have him as a fullback. He's not fast, but he's still healthy and he got some strength to him. I know Jerry's not going to do that, but yeah. So I do think the Cowboys could make a play and sign RG3, but yet again, similar to what my opinions were to the Cowboys 2022 offseason, which there is the link to that in the corner. I just don't see Jerry doing it. As much as I am perfectly wanting RG3 to be a mentor to Dak, I just don't see Jerry pulling the trigger. And it's sad and unfortunate, but that's just the brutal reality with these things. And that's just something we're gonna have to face as Cowboy fans. But if we sign him, I'll be pumped. If we don't, I'll just be confident with the guys we have. I mean, we do have Dak, Cooper Rush, and yeah, this guy. I'm he doesn't deserve to be mentioned. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please leave a comment down below. Should we sign RG3 or should we not? And voice your reason why. But anyway, this is your host, Dennis Nixon. Signing out. Peace.